Today we have a classic, the Beretta 92 FS. It's that famous open slide 9mm pistol that's been featured in countless action movies and video games. It's an icon recognized worldwide. Now, many of the tactical gurus will say that the 92 FS is outdated and there's no place for it anymore. But I really don't care. I love the Beretta design. Now let's take a closer look. If you glance over the specs real quick, it may seem like a really big gun. Now that's a complaint that you hear and read a lot about on the internet. And I'll give you a visual comparison to some of the other options on the market. It's definitely not the smallest, but it's not the largest either. The Jericho I have actually makes this gun look kind of small. The grip is a little thick though, so those with small hands could have some trouble reaching the controls. Speaking of controls, you have a magazine release, a slide release, an ambidextrous lever that's a decocker and a safety, and you have your takedown lever. The magazine release is on one side, but it can be switched to the opposite side for left-handed shooters. Of course, this is a double to single action firearm, so the hammer can be decocked and the gun placed back into single action by using the lever. When the hammer is being decocked using this lever, the firing pin is blocked. So if you are using the decocking lever and there's a round in the chamber, the round will not fire. If this lever is left in the downward position, the trigger is deactivated and the gun won't fire either. Now, this may be a concern for those who want to carry the gun. While you're carrying, you could inadvertently activate the safety, and if you draw the firearm, well, your trigger would be dead. There is an upgrade kit available that would make this lever a decocker only, and that can be a solution for you if that situation is a concern to you. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do that with mine or not. I really don't know yet. Let's see, what else is there? The takedown lever, it's pretty easy to use. Push a button on the opposite side, rotate the lever, and the slide comes right off. Takedown is pretty basic. This is a really easy gun to work on and maintain. I do get asked the question every once in a while if the Berettas really need a lot of extra cleaning and work because of their open slide design. Short answer for civilians, no, it really doesn't. Maintenance is going to be pretty much average compared to any other firearm that you really own. The gun comes with an excellent trigger out of the box. It is clean, no grit whatsoever. The double action pull comes in between 12 to 15 pounds, and the single action pull is approximately 5. So this is a typical 5-shot group for me. With this gun, at 15 yards, I'm okay with it. That first shot though, I always have a tendency to pull that. I gotta work on that one, but I'll clean it up. I eventually changed my hammer spring to a reduced power D spring. It's definitely worth doing, and it dropped that double action trigger pull to 9 pounds. Even with a reduced power D spring, this gun has been completely reliable. It will run the best ammo, it will run the worst ammo. What I like about it, it will run anything I got. The Beretta 92 don't care, just grab a box and go. There are two things I don't like about this gun. And one is, there's no rail. I always like an option to mount a light on my handguns. Now, there are aftermarket mounts available, but their quality can be hit or miss. If you want to avoid these, just get a 92A1 that has a proper rail. The other thing is that I don't like the super cheap guide rod. Most people out there don't care, and I use a lot of plastic guide rods, polymer guide rods. I just don't care for these ones. The plastic just feels really cheap, and I would rather have a steel one, and that's just personal preference. So what do you think? Is the 92 FS so far outdated that it's obsolete? I don't feel that it is. It's an accurate gun, it's reliable, it's well built. I've run Berettas for years, and they hold up to heavy use. I've had Berettas hold up to use much better than some of my more modern pistols. I've had several polymer frames warp and crack from overheating. But my Berettas, I can run them hard, and as long as I replace the springs when I'm supposed to, this gun will outlast me, and someday I'll hopefully pass it on to the next generation. And I'm sure it will serve them just as well. So that's our look at the Beretta 92 FS. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this kind of content, consider subscribing. It really helps my channel. And if you want to follow along with our project on Facebook, the link is in the description. Until next time, take care.